Hello everybody, how is it going? And welcome to another episode of Amps of the Axe FX3. Today we are going to be checking out a trio of amps from one Mr. Dr. Z, Dr. Z if you are Canadian. Guys, if this is your first time here, if you've been here before, make sure you are subscribed. We do lots of cool things here. I do gear reviews, we go over Axe FX stuff, we do giveaways, and I don't want you to miss any of that. So make sure that you are subscribed. I want to apologize for the break from the last video to this video. I'm currently in my very last day of COVID quarantine. I caught it back on March 17th. I'm filming this on the 28th. This is my final day. Sorry about that break. Wasn't feeling too good, but I'm back. I'm good. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to check out some Dr. Z amps. So let's check out exactly what they look like. So we have three of them that we're going to be looking at today. We are going to be checking out the Highway 66, or Route 66 as the real name of the amp. We have the Mars 8 and the Mars 38 amp. That's the three that we're going to check out. So let's kind of read a little bit about them, and then we'll play. I'll read a little bit, then we'll play a little bit, then play, break it up so it's not so monotonous. So this is the Route 66 amp. It is a 32 watt amp. 32 watt amp, and it uses KT66 tubes, which is awesome. More amps need to use the 66, the 70. It's a 66, 77, and 88. I think that's how it goes. If I messed it up, let me know. This is from the X Amp Guide. I'll put a link to that in the description down below if you want to check that out. So this amp here, it does and doesn't have a master volume. In the Axe FX, it technically doesn't, because we have the input drive that kind of acts as the volume. This amp, it's 32 watts, but it's a very simple type of amp is what it is. As you can see right here, you have treble, bass, and volume. It's very simple. A lot of Dr. Z's amps, by the way, Dr. Z's real name, his name is Mike Zadie. I think that is how you pronounce it. Some people say it's Zate, like gate, but I think it's Zadie. That's how you say it. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments down below. A lot of his amps are used for like country. That's what a lot of these amps are for. Dr. Z is like his straight up bread and butter is country, but you can use it for Edge of Breakup is what it excels at. You can use it for like rock, light rock, a little bit of classic rock type of stuff. So let's check out the Route 66. Like I said, it's very simple. These controls here are pretty much the same as it is on the amp, as you saw, because we have the master volume cranked right there. IR wise, I am using ML Mega Green 57C. So what this is it's a Mesa oversized cab with some of the best Celestial greenbacks ever made in it. I like using this IR because I like the way it sounds with like clean and lower gain type stuff, and it has a 57 mic on it, and C is just kind of the brightness profile. It's kind of right in the middle. This is what my cab settings look like. It's very, very simple. Nothing too extravagant. We don't really have any Dr. Z cabs in the Axe FX, but I mean, if you use like a greenback or any type of Celestial that you want, you're pretty much right there for it. Anyway, so let's see what the Route 66 sounds like. I'm going to be using my Tom Anderson Cobra. It has an HC1 in the neck, HC3 in the bridge. Those are Anderson pickups, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start on my bridge pickup, and then I'm going to cycle bridge. I got bridge parallel, I have bridge series, parallel, middle parallel, then neck parallel, and then neck in series. So I'll let you see exactly what that sounds like. The parallel modes are kind of like a single coil mode. They're not as hot as the series. So let's check out the Route 66 amp. As you can see, this amp it's pretty hot right off the bat, and that is because of how it's built and how it's set up. I'm going to push the input drive a little bit. I'm going to lower this down, and I'll push the input drive just so you can hear what it sounds like. This is the hottest Dr. Z amp we have in the Axe-Fx, and the Highway, or the Route 66, excuse me, it's a very interesting amp. I think this amp is better for like classic rock type of stuff, that kind of like you need a little bit of hair on there. I don't think this is his most quote-unquote country amp. It doesn't necessarily do cleans all that great, just because of how the input is. Watch, let me put the input down. Let's see if we can at least get some like edge break. You see, it's an angry amp. That's just how it's built. I think that would be good for like some classic rock type of stuff. I don't know. The Route 66 is not my favorite. I mean, I can see it has its use, but personally, it's not my favorite. It's not that it's bad. It's just, I think this amp, it needs like some very moderate to low output humbuckers to really get its full use out of it. But that's just me. I mean, you guys may love this amp. I mean, I think it's cool. It's just I find it doesn't really get along with my Anderson as well as the Moz 8 does. Now, the Moz is an 8-watt Class A amp, but it has a lot more knobs, so you have a little bit more to play with. So you have volume, treble, middle, bass, reverb. I don't, obviously the amps that are modeled in the Axe-Fx don't necessarily have the reverb. And then you have a cut, you have a master. As the X says on here, the ratio drive to master is important to keep the tone tight. I think you can get this as a header or combo, and this one uses it uses a single EL84, which I'm usually not the biggest fan of EL84 amps, and a lot of like lunchbox amps, I don't really like them, but in here it sounds good. The amp has no negative feedback, which is very interesting. It has two inputs, high and low. Low has 3 dB less gain. I don't exactly know which one is modeled here in the Axe-Fx. I would guess I guess Cliff modeled the high out of it, and it's based off of the Moz 18 platform. So it's, I see it in head, and this is what it looks like in the combo in red, because red is awesome. And this is kind of like with the cabs, you can use it. Yak likes the 212 boutique, and like he says, it's he likes the 8 more than he likes the 38. It's not limited to country. You can use it for vintage medium rock tones and excel as a breakup tone, which I do agree. It excels at that. It sounds so good. Once again, same exact thing. I'm gonna start on the bridge and gonna go through the different positions on my Anderson. This is the Moz 8. I really like the Moz 8 because look where I have the drive. I have the drive right on 4. I kind of have my master up a little bit. It's kind of one of the more quieter amps. Got my level right there at 10 basically. And I really like this amp because like the edge of breakup stuff, it sounds really, really good. And even when I'm like on my middle parallel position, it gives a really, really nice clean tone. It's very, I don't know. It's very bright. I don't say vibrant, but it sounds really good to me in my room sitting right here. So that's the Moz 8's really good. I mean, it's very flexible because you can get a little bit of drive out of it when in your bridge pickup, or if you switch to a different position, you can get something a little quieter with some cleans. But if you put like some reverb and some delay on here, it would make a really fantastic clean tone. I mean, you could even do some like gent clean tones with it if you want. I know that's crazy talking about doing that with a Dr. Z amp, but hey, it's the Axe-Fx. You can do what you want because you're not really limited. And I mean, that's it. Because, like, you see, even in here, I didn't touch anything in the EQ. I took a little bit of mids out of the Route 66's album's a little bit hairy, and I don't think I touched it. Yeah, I didn't touch anything on the 38 SR Moz. And it's more flexible than the Route 66, and that's why I like it. I think the Moz may be my favorite, but the Moz 38 SR, so the SR on it, pretty sure the SR, it means that's the one with the reverb, right? Because the NR means no reverb. I think SR means single reverb. I believe that's exactly what it means. Same thing, you can get in a head or a combo. It's a 38 watt Class A with 4 EL84 power tubes in it. So it's kind of the bigger brother of the Moz 8, I guess you could say, literally, because it has a little bit more power tubes in there. Once again, no negative feedback on there. Yeah, it's very similar to the Moz 8. So let's check out the Moz 38. And as you can see, I kind of have it dialed in similar. I really didn't try to, but that's just kind of how it came out. It is a little bit louder, as you can see. The levels are lower on the 38. Same exact thing as before. Cycle through the different pickup positions. I think I'm gonna have to agree with you. I like the Moz 8 more than I like 38, but the 38 is still good. I think you can use them kind of in tandem. So you can use the 8 as you kind of like you clean your edge breakup type of stuff, and I think you can use the 38. More probably needs a little bit more treble, kind of how I was using it. You can kind of use the 38 more of like if you need a little bit more gain, and you can probably use it because it excels a little bit more at that. I really like Dr. Z amps. The Dr. Z is one of the very first tube amps I ever really tried. I took a trip to Texas one time and I wanted to go try some amps. And I tried one of them out at an amp store. I don't even remember the name of the amp store. And I really liked it. They were very much exactly kind of how they are in the Axe-Fx. Really good clean sound, really crisp, had a nice good edge of breakup. tone on them, so they kind of hold a special spot in my hearts, and I really like them in the Axe Effects. Now, it kind of overlaps with a lot of the other stuff that we have in here, but they have their own flavor. They sound really good. You mix and match IRs, you can get any tone possible, because, I mean, that's what we got in the Axe Effects. All right, guys, that is going to wrap it up for the Dr. Z or Z amps, depending on where you live. If you thought this video was cool, leave me a thumbs up. I'd greatly appreciate it. Coming up next, on the next episode of the Amps of the Axe Effects 3, we have some nuclear tone. We are going to get some radiation with some nuclear tone, which is based off the Swart Atomic Space Tone. Nice little compact tight amp. Make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss that. And then we have some Dumbles coming up pretty soon too. These, oh wait, I have to look in the amps. Sorry. These ODS right here. Oh yeah, we're going to be checking out some Dumbles. So guys, thank you so much for sticking around. Thank you so much for watching this series. I have a lot of fun doing it. I learned a lot about these amps. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. I shall catch you on the next one. Peace.